Leader Jeffries, I want to ask you about some other matters as well. In New York City, city of more than 8 million people, there's about to be an election of a new mayor. You waited until this Friday, the day before early voting began, to endorse the Democratic Socialist candidate Zoran Mamdani. Why did you wait so long?
As I indicated, last several weeks, we've been immersed in the intensity around the government shutdown and the run-up to that in advance of September 30th and the expiration of the fiscal year. But I support the Democratic nominee, as I indicated, and we're in alignment in terms of the issue related to affordability and the need to address it decisively for the city of New York. And of course, affordability is an issue for people all across the country. From a public safety standpoint, I supported the notion that he would retain Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch to continue to lead the NYPD forward. That's incredibly important from a public safety standpoint for every community, including as a high priority, the safety and security of the Jewish community. And in terms of the moment that we find ourselves in, Donald Trump represents an existential threat to the city of New York and beyond because of the extreme assault that has taken place throughout this year on the economy, on healthcare, on farmers, on veterans, on law-abiding immigrant communities, on due process, on the rule of law, and of course on the American way of life itself. And we all, as Americans, are going to have to be aligned in pushing back so we can end this national nightmare that Donald Trump has visited upon the American people.
Well, you still waited until Friday, and the election's upon us, but you're leaving room in your answer there for understanding that you don't agree with the candidate on some other issues, though you agree with him on affordability. Since Democrats are running for re-election in the midterm races, you want to retake the House. Would you recommend they mimic some of Mamdani's messages as a progressive model for the party?
No, what we've said from the very beginning is that we have to decisively address the affordability crisis that Donald Trump and Republican policies have made worse in the United States of America. We need to lower the high cost of living. We need to fix our broken healthcare system.
So no.
And we need to, of course, clean up corruption in the United States of America. No, what we're going to mimic is our own views as it relates to the need to make life more affordable here in America. When you work hard and play by the rules in this country, you should be able to live a comfortable life, live the good life, good paying job, good housing, good health care, good education for your children, and a good retirement. But far too many people are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck and can barely get by. That's unacceptable in the wealthiest country in the history of the world.
I want to ask you about something you said. You said Democrats, there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. You said that back in January. But recently, you've been using the term rigged elections in reference to the upcoming midterms. Democrats were appalled when President Trump used language like that. How do you justify using that now? Doesn't that undermine faith for voters? You need to show up.
No, I've been using that term in the context of Donald Trump's unprecedented effort to gerrymander congressional maps in a partisan fashion all across the country in order to rig the midterm elections and deny the ability of the American people to actually decide who should be in the majority as it relates to the House of Representatives.
You know, Democrats are also going through gerrymandering and redistricting.
No. Well, Democrats are going to push back aggressively to make sure that we have fair maps across the country, not partisan gerrymandering, which Republicans have initiated in state after state after state.
Leader Jeffries, thank you for your time this morning. We'll be right back.